Hey everyone, my name is Krithan, and this is my topic, and it's social media. Now, social media is actually a very interesting topic as there are many questions when looking at it. How are we using it? Why do we use it? And what's actually happening behind the scenes on the platforms we use every day? So when I first started looking at social media, the thing that caught my attention was how much youth mental health has dropped in the last 10 years. Social media has gone up, mental health has gone way down. And I was like, okay, those two things happening at the same time can't just be a coincidence, right? But I also wondered if it was more complicated than it seems. And as I kept researching, I realized super fast that there isn't just one answer. Social media affects people in so many different ways, mentally and socially, and even politically. Every source I looked at added a different piece to the puzzle, and it made the whole topic feel way more complex than just social media is good or social media is bad. My first source was the Psychology Today article by Rebecca Dolgin. She talked a lot about mental health and how much social media can basically overwhelm your brain. She also went into stuff like toxic content and misinformation. That part really stuck with me because of how she explained the actual brain changes that happen with heavy screen time. That made everything feel more real. It's not just people being dramatic online, it's literally your brain being overstimulated. This made me want to interview my friends, as this article shows the negative impacts of mental health. So I interviewed my friends and asked them if social media negatively affects their mental health, and guess what? The results were shocking. Okay, how often do you use social media?
Daily.
Do you think social media has impacted your mental health in a positive way? How often do you use social media?
Not daily.
Do you think it's positively or negatively impacted your mental health?
I would say overall negatively.
What?
Yo, how much do you watch social media?
Like an hour or two a day?
Do you think it helps your mental health?
No.
This made me want to interview my friends, as this article shows the negative impacts of mental health. So I interviewed my friends and asked them if social media negatively affects their mental health, and guess what? The results were shocking. Then I read an article by Brad Edwards, and it kind of flipped the script a little. He talked about how social media can actually be helpful by creating communities and letting people express themselves, and giving support to people who might not get in real life. I was originally only thinking about the negatives, but this article told me that it's not a one-sided issue. The article showed how many business owners use social media to help promote their small businesses, which is true as it helps gain attraction and also helps many people gain jobs as being content creators. Examples include Addison Rae and Joe Routh. Now, my third source took things in a totally different direction. It was a documentary-style video about TikTok and data collection. Instead of talking about mental health, it focused on privacy, surveillance, and how apps collect massive amounts of personal data. And this honestly surprised me because it made me realize that social media isn't just about our personal experience, it's all tied to big things like politics and national security. It also goes back to my first point because since it spies and steals on your data, it creates pages directly towards your interests and creates posts showing the beauty of other people's lives. And this damages your own mental health. This is also a big reason for why both Facebook and even TikTok have been sued over this exact same issue. So after putting everything together, the sources, the TikTok video, and the interviews, I realized the problem with social media isn't just one thing. It is a bunch of things happening at the same time. It can make mental health worse, but it can also help people. It can bring communities together, but it could also spread misinformation like crazy. And it gives people a voice, but it also puts their privacy at risk. Every source showed me a different side, and I now see the topic is a lot more complicated than I thought. So instead of asking, is social media good and bad? Like I said before, the real question is, how are we using it? Why do we use it? And what is actually happening behind the scenes on the platforms we use every day? Thank you.